Is the HoTube. Check it out, folks. He travels around the country covering all types of cases like this.
What is up, my beautiful people? It is good to see you back in the room. What is going on? It is your boy, DOLLY. And of course, if you're just tuning in, make sure you hit that like button. Leave your DNA all over that, just in case somebody kills you. And we got your DNA on file, okay? So make sure you leave your DNA on file with DOLLY Vision. So anyway, as you see as the title, I probably should have took the breaking off because this ain't breaking, all right? Because I seen somebody ask, is it breaking news? But sometimes I just do the titles real fast so I don't got to change shit. So nothing really breaking, okay? I'm going to fill y'all in on that. So a lot of people do think, though, that Maddie has said something to the mother. Now, there's people coming out there saying they're family members. Now, you got to remember, DOLLY Visions is news, rumors, gossip, stuff like that. So sometimes you're going to hear rumors. Like I told you, somebody had told me that that apartment was a 1-bedroom. People in the comments are saying, no, it's a 4-bedroom, 3 baths. Okay, so sometimes I'll tell you things that I heard, and I'll usually let you know when I heard something that's rumor or there's no source to back it up. just like I did with the aunt that's been coming out speaking, right? About they were sleeping in the same bed. Now, look, we have no real way of verifying if this is the aunt or not. Just like we don't have no real way of verifying that the friends of Stephan Sterns are really his friends. These people could just be some late night creepers on the internet, just doing stuff to pass the time or to occupy. The question has been this: did the mother have knowledge of what was going on? Everybody on the internet. I read tonight, I must have read 300-400 comments from you guys. Thank you so much for leaving all the comments. And it was just all guilty. This lady knows. And some of these sources that are saying their families or saying, hold on, I couldn't even get through the intro before somebody called in. Hold on. Dolly. Hey. I am doing pretty good. Who is this? Where are you calling from? Cool. And who am I speaking with? Hey, Terry, how's it going? Uh-huh. Hold on a second. Hold on. They can't hear you. They can't hear you. Give me 1 second. All right, I was just watching that video. Let's see. Let me click on this. Okay, they should be able to hear you now.
Okay, so if you watch the video of her birthday party, she puts her hands in slow motion. She puts her hands behind her,
Mm-hmm.
and then she puts her hands in front of her on her private parts.
Uh-huh.
And in the window, you can see a reflection of Stephan.
Okay.
So I think she was sending him a subliminal message saying, not this time. A no. And when they got back to the house, something must have happened, and the mother came home during all that, and then he made her lie.
I don't know
The
if
mother
he made her lie. I think she has some knowledge from what people.
Yeah, maybe.
What people are alleging on the internet. And now, like I said, you can't believe anything you see on the internet. But let's just say something
Right.
true, that some of this stuff was known about and nothing's been done about it. You know, and Maddie was trying to warn her mother. There's some sources saying that she was real close with this other little young girl, and she confided in this young girl some things. You know,
Well, it was like she was, if you look at that slow motion, it was like she was subliminally telling somebody what was going on, or telling him, no, you're not going to touch any of this.
yeah.
So
I
I
had to go
think,
back to watch it. It's been a little bit since I've seen it, so I don't know exactly what you're talking about because I didn't pay it that much attention.
well, I didn't at first, and then I saw it again, but it was slowed down. And I got that gut feeling that she was trying to tell somebody.
Okay. All right.
So if you watch it again, slow it down, and you can see the way she smiles, her eyes, everything, and he's in the window either videotaping or, taking pictures of her. But you can see his reflection in there. You can see his legs, and if you go up, and it's all the way to the right of the window.
Okay. I will definitely check that out.
Okay, check it out.
Okay.
Hopefully they find out the truth.
All right.
Okay, bye.
You have a good one. Peace. Okay. Now I kind of forgot where I was at with this. Okay. Anyway, there's people coming out saying that Maddie was talking when she was telling people she wanted to live in the woods and things like that. She was upset. She had been fighting with her mom. You guys are ready to talk tonight. Dolly.
Hey, Dolly, you know what I can believe on the internet? It's me from the Midwest. You know what I can believe on the internet? You asking that bitch, where's the baby today?
I know. Did you see that?
I seen it, and I don't even know. I thought it was like a glitch in the Matrix. You were fast.
Oh,
Across the back right over. Oh my God, it was amazing.
yeah, a lot of people didn't know Dolly could run.
I was like, how did you even get over there? Like Spider-Man or something. You were quick.
Yeah, I'm fast when I gotta be.
There's the bitch, but I just kind of like heard the bitch in my head. But you were amazing, and I was like, I'm so proud of you, Dolly. Where's the baby?
I hit him with the Nancy Grace right off the bat this morning. I told everybody, I said, I'm gonna be out at the courthouse. This man's gonna have to walk past me. He's gonna have to hear it today.
And you know what? I don't think the other reporters, you were first on the scene. I seen you out there. I was proud of you, Dolly.
Well, he gets it in a few hours too. But let's see, what time is it now? It's 1:30 here. So by 8:30 tomorrow, he'll be hearing Baby Killer tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know,
are you going back out there tomorrow then?
Yeah, I'll be out there in a few. That's what I'm saying. We're not far from him getting called some more names.
Yep, I was going to say, you be out there. He's going to see your face next time. He's going to run a little bit quicker.
Well,
and you got the stink eye. I don't know who was the guy with him. You got a major stink eye from that guy.
Yeah,
I was like,
that dude. He, I don't know, a little tiny guy. I mean, that was his security, I guess. I don't know.
One guy. I was like, and then
he's
you know what, Dolly?
Baby's family.
You know, I was going to say, I was proud of you that you held back the beating that I know was deep inside you, like all of us, in the bathroom.
Oh, yeah. When I was alone with him in the bathroom, that one was like, I froze like Dylan in the Idaho 4 case.
Yep.
I didn't know what to say. I wasn't expecting it. It was so off. I had just drank some water, and I was thinking about it. I was like, damn, they ain't got a drink machine in this bitch. That was my thought in my mind. And then I walked in the door and bumped chest to chest with him. I was like, oh shit.
Baby Killer.
Yeah.
Baby Killer. Tot Dad.
Yeah, Tot Dad.
They're picking it up on other YouTubes are now saying, where's the baby?
Where's the baby?
Panel. What the fuck?
Hey.
Where's the baby? I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, son.
As long as they don't steal Tot Dad from me, we're good.
That's right.
All right. Peace.
Peace. You hang in there. All right. Bye-bye.
All right, guys. I know that was a little off topic, but if y'all don't know, I also been covering the Cody Bigsby case. That's what she was talking about. Dolly.
Hey, Dolly.
Hey.
It's Debbie from Iowa.
Hey, Debbie.
I heard, I don't know if it's true or not, but she was going to ask her mom if she could go live with her teacher and her daughter that lived in the woods.
There's a teacher and her daughter that live in the woods?
Yeah, and she's going to ask her mom if she could go live with them.
Now, I've been hearing that she was fighting with the mother because of some of these type of things.
Yeah, so I don't know what's true and what's not.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of stuff going around, rumors, and that's what it is right now. Is a lot of speculation of what's happening, what's going on, because he hasn't been officially charged. We don't have any preliminary autopsy results back to know the cause of death. If you see the pictures, she's not covered in blood or anything. It's pretty brutal. And Greg Hughes did a good job about where the location of the crime scene was in his recent video. I was just watching that, and she was like 60 foot off in the road, off in some trees.
Right.
He didn't try to bury her. He didn't try to cover up. He didn't really try to hide her. He just threw her out like some trash.
Right. I wonder how much involved the mom is. I know she knew.
Well, everybody was telling me that from day one. The mom knows, the mom knows, the mom knows. And then it got to more of the mom's involved, To now, it's like, I knew she had some knowledge. I was thinking she had to have some knowledge. This little girl had to try to say something. And now there's coming out through sources that she was saying things.
Well, yeah, because when she was doing the press, she wasn't emotional. She wasn't crying. she wasn't nothing.
Exactly. I mean, that's and the same thing with him. It was an all big fake show. I believed all this was planned. The whole story afterwards between her and Stephan Stern, they had planned this from the get.
Right.
So
So sad and heartbreaking. But anyway, I just wanted to call in and say that.
yeah, all right. Well, I appreciate the call.
You bet. Thank you.
All right, peace.
I'm Vinny Paul.
Bye.
All right, now we didn't get a chance to see the rest of this video. Hold on, y'all want to go tonight? Y'all ready to talk? I can't even get through the intro of the show. Dolly,
Hey, Dolly, I'm going to put you on mute real quick. Am I live right now?
yeah, you're live. I thought you was
Okay.
calling me and was going to mute me. I was like, damn.
No,
Why are you calling?
I would never mute you.
Okay.
You know, I've been watching you for a long time, and usually I just take my time to like comment because I've gotten, you know, just like even if you put in certain people's comments, you put in caps, and they're just like yelling at you. So I'm very cautious. But anyways, I called you about 2 days ago. I'm from Wisconsin. On your YouTube, I'm named Crazy Train.
Crazy. Going off the rails.
Well, in my field, yeah, you get a little crazy. But anyways, I'm calling to redeem myself, kind of. After I saw that police report come out, I was 50-50 with you, and I know both me and you were kind of like, but now, screw that. It's bad vibes.
Yeah.
You know, just the whole, you never want to believe that a mom would want to do that to her child, but you know, it's just, yeah.
Thomas asked a good question. He said, Dolly, what do you think the motive is for the murder? I'm thinking she may be knocked up, and that's why we ain't heard nothing back from autopsy reports yet.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's what I think. Pregnant. Allegedly, entertainment purposes only. I want to say all this stuff so I don't get sued. That's what I truly believe the holdup is.
Yeah, I do too.
Wrong. And you know, I'm 50-50. Sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong.
Hey, we all are. So the thing is that there is a little bit of me that might think the mom was jealous because, you know, I don't know if this 1-bedroom apartment shit is real, but if you're in a 1-bedroom apartment, you don't let your boyfriend sleep in the same bed with you guys.
People have been commenting. Now, look, this is what I heard that it was that, but they're commenting saying no, it's a 3-bedroom apartment. No, a 4-bedroom apartment with 3 baths. So we got to remember the bird had 1 room. So they may be right. You know what I'm saying? The bird had a room.
There ain't no way them people can afford a 4-bedroom apartment.
Weirdo with your daughter. Weirdo with your daughter. That's what the bird kept saying. You know, but that's what people are commenting that, Dolly, you're wrong. Do your research. Now, you know, I said it's news and rumors. I'll tell people right off the bat when I don't know. I tell you when I know something's a fact, and I'll tell you when it's rumor. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, and I think that's totally fine because you have to keep an open mind. You don't want to be stupid, but you want to keep an open mind.
Yeah, and I think people want to know what people are talking about, what people are saying. You know, you want the news, but you also want to know the rumors just in case that becomes news.
Yeah. Yeah, this doesn't look good at all. I mean, she's going to face charges, and she should. You should never put your baby in that position. So I can't really say anything too much. I just wanted to kind of redeem myself. The only thing no, go ahead.
At least neglect charges. I think should have came until they figure out what was going on. That don't mean if they find her there was no neglect, they could have dropped the charge against her. But I think they should, you know, when these babies are going missing and it's the parents or the last people to see the baby.
And too many babies have
been lied to.
Oh my God. So many kids have been killed like in the past month. It's like, what the shit is happening?
Yeah.
It's bad.
I mean, it's every day, 1,500 kids a day, 1,500 people. I can't say kids, 1,500 people a day go missing.
Yeah, and we only see a little bit of it.
Yeah, it sounds.
But hey, the only thing I wanted to ask you, and it doesn't relate to this, is that I'm actually looking at buying some Dolly soap. And do you have I think you have like a certain promo code.
Wash your flaps is 10% off. I know that one.
Perfect.
Okay, wash your flaps is 10% off. Buy DollySoap.com. We got. I just restocked the whole store, so there's a little bit of everything there. So
sounds perfect. All right, Dolly. Will you take care? Thank you for taking my call.
All right, peace.
All right, bye.
Yeah, that is the promo code for 10% off the Dolly store. Wash your flaps, okay? Your ass cracks and your titty flaps. Dolly Soap. Best soap in the game. Dolly.
Hey, Dolly. It's Sunshine and Shadows.
Hey, what's going on?
First, I got to tell you something before I tell you what I really called about.
Okay.
So my sister just told me tonight that I be calling you like you're my best friend in the world. So I just had to call you bestie.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm a professional best friend.
Apparently. Okay, so what I really called about is 10 hours ago on Court TV.
Uh-huh.
I was watching it right before you came live, and they had put on their Uncle Benny. He put on a little thing on there. I guess it's the new affidavit. I don't know, but in like the second paragraph, I was paraphrasing because I was not trying to read all that.
Uh-huh.
But something caught my eye in yellow. He had highlighted it, and it says that there was a warrant issued in 2022 for a sexual act from 2021. If there was a warrant on Stephan for sexual acts with this little girl, there's no way Mom didn't know.
Okay. And he said that 10 hours ago?
Yes. The video from 10 hours ago on Court TV.
Okay, hold on. I got Court TV pulled up right now.
It's like, I had kind of like.
You know the title of the video?
Huh?
Do you know the title of the video on Court TV?
Hold on for just a minute. Because it's loud in my bedroom. Let me sit down and I'll go get it. Hold on.
Let's see. It must be videos.
No, it's not live. It's
All right, I see something 1 day ago.
Yeah, he put a video. I think it was live 10 hours ago, but it's not live now.
Yeah, I don't see nothing. I just see the 3 big things. Okay, you on my Facebook? Send me the link.
Yeah, I think I am. I'll send it to you.
I'm Vinny Politan. Thank you for joining us here on Closing Arguments. This hour, we're going in depth into one of the big.
I'll get off here and then I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Perhaps
all
the
right.
biggest in the nation, criminal investigations. We're talking about the case.
Yeah, this is from.
Central
I don't see that from 10 hours ago with Benny.
Girl, just 13 years old, Madeline Soto, had just celebrated her 13th birthday, and then went missing on February 26th. Her birthday was on the 22nd. They had a celebration on the 25th. And this hour, we're going to go through 3 things that I want to take a look at. And
3 things. Dolly.
Hey, Dolly. Calling from Newport News.
Hey, what's going on? Bad news?
Hey. So, yeah, bad news, right? So I heard on someone else's channel earlier, and this guy sounded legit. He called in. His name was Frank. He said he was friends with Stephan for the last, 3 years or so.
Yeah.
And he had mentioned that this guy said that he took Lunesta and Ativan, and I'm not wondering if maybe he accidentally killed the girl. Like, he fed her Lunesta, and the mom was so tired because he was feeding her shit to make her go to sleep, so he could pediddle or whatever. But also, in my younger years, I was heavily medicated on psychiatric medications. And this guy also mentioned that Jen was taking medications. That could be a reason for her, seeming unemotional, because they did not allow me to cry. It didn't matter what, somebody could die right in front of me and I couldn't shed a tear. So just my opinion, just because I'm still holding out hope for this woman.
That she's a decent person.
I really like, I want to believe that so bad
Yeah,
because I was an abused child. So
yeah, like I said,
like, I really, for the life, like,
I'm seeing stuff from people that are saying their family, but you never know. And the stuff they're saying is
yeah.
pretty horrible. And it makes it look like she knew and the little girl was telling people. But
I mean, I do believe that she's going to start seeing the red flags, like that she's ignored. But I really hope that,
and my thing
that
is this
she was
is
nice.
all these people out here preaching this and that. Why didn't they do anything when this shit was happening?
Right.
All these
Yeah.
people coming out now saying I'm family, they did this, they're doing this. Well, where were you when this
Yeah.
shit was happening?
Right. And this guy, Frank, that says that he's been friends with him for the last 3 years, I guess they connected over some like tabletop game stuff and they smoked weed, but he said like he never in a lifetime would imagine this guy doing this. So like he put up a good front
Yeah.
to others on the outside.
I think a lot of these monsters do. Ted Bundy put up a good front.
Right.
Yeah, so
that's just my humble opinion.
okay. Hey, I appreciate you calling in.
Thanks. Bye.
All right, peace. Yeah, I mean, I tried to give her the benefit of the doubt, guys. I did. Everybody was up here crushing her that first couple days, and I was like, look, this mom could be working her butt off. She could be like barely getting by. She trusts this guy. He has no criminal background. Why not trust him? You can't go through your life just not completely trusting people. So she trusted him, but now it looks like she had been known that the kid had said something to her, according to some of these kids out here that are talking, that she had said something to some other kids about being upset with her family in the situation she was in, and she didn't want to live in the home. Big Bird said this mom is as guilty as Lonnie. Oh my God. So they've moved her case to 2025, and of course we'll be there in Georgia for that one.
I want to begin with
okay, I thought we was going to hear that. Dolly.
Hi, Jimmy. What's up?
What's up, Chrissy?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm okay. Listen, I got a theory. How about she was pregnant and said that told her mother that she was keeping the baby. The mother said, no, you're not. And that's what they fought about.
Oh, well, I'm hearing things that they were fighting about the situation that was going on in the house. But maybe so, Chrissy.
Maybe so, right? So maybe who knows? Maybe they figure, well, if she's going to keep the baby, then he's going to be found
out. So
out.
do you think, Chrissy, the big question is, do you think the mama knows and been known?
I can't believe a mother would know and been known unless she was a really dumb, desperate woman that was just desperate for him and just very, very low self-esteem. That's the only reason I could think a mother would do that.
I mean, but there's a lot of people out here that are bad mothers that do stuff like this. This ain't like the first woman I've heard be accused of these things.
Well, there's something wrong with them. I don't know. I think she knew something after he did it. I think she knew then at them interviews the way she was acting, but I don't think she knew the whole time that she was being abused. I hope not. I hope not.
Yeah,
but Jimmy, I got another question. Can I ask you something? Remember today you were at the Cody Bigsby thing, and the brother was up there, the 7-year-old.
Yeah.
Is that his brother by the same mother?
Yes. He looks identical. They look identical. He looks just like if little Cody Bigsby walked up there and took the stand. That's what it looked like. If you
but was the mother in the courtroom?
The mother was in a adjacent room.
So how many kids does she have with this monster?
I think 4. And
they're all from him, and he only picked on the one.
Yes.
I thought he had kids with other women. They weren't.
He may have kids with other women too. He had 2 daughters that were sitting directly in front of me in court. Okay. And I felt so bad for them because they're not killers, and they were crying.
Well, how old were they?
Like 14 and maybe 16. They looked
And then he
under
had
18.
4 kids with the same mother of Cody?
Yeah, he had boys. He had the Corey, he had Colton, he had there's another one in Cody. And they all were living in his room, and he was sleeping downstairs, according to little Corey.
Who was sleeping? The abused baby?
Yeah, like, okay, so there was only two. They had 2 rooms. They had the father's room, which is big Corey, and then they had little Corey's room. But all the kids were staying in the house, and everybody was sleeping in. According to DeCorey, they were sleeping in Corey's room, big Corey's room, because he was sleeping downstairs, and DeCorey slept with his daddy. So DeCorey was never abused by his daddy. It came out in court of what he's saying is he contacted the mother and said that little Cody was fondling some of the girls, and he's a 4-year-old baby. It gets weird, Chrissy.
Just
It
to
gets
use
weird.
that excuse.
But the little boy said how he found Cody dead today. He said that
I
his
heard that the eyes
were
open.
and he laid down.
Right.
It was so sad to watch. It was heartbreaking.
Well, when you see him tomorrow, make sure you say something nice and mean. Like, don't just say, "Where's the baby?" Say, "You're going to get your day in jail."
Say something nice and mean.
Mean.
Well, I'm going to say something to him here in about 6 hours. What do you want me to say?
No, say, "I'm going to kick your fucking face in." You.
I can't say that. I can't say that, Chrissy.
Why not?
Because that'll get me put in jail.
Well, don't be nice to him and say, "Where's the baby?" Say, "I hope you get raped in jail."
I hope you get raped in jail. That's what you want me to say to him, Chrissy?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and I have one more question.
Okay.
How about this mother of the Soto girl, Madeline? Does she have another sister too?
Does she have a sister? I'm not positive.
So she was the only baby living in that.
Out and spoke.
Huh?
Her mother's come out and spoke. I could say, "Don't drop the soap."
No.
I could
Say something really mean. Like,
soap on a rope.
no, I think you should say something really mean to scare him.
He's scared enough. He was trembling.
Well, because he knows he has his day coming.
He only got 2 more days, and he's going to be in prison for the rest of his life.
Say you're a real coward for beating up on a baby.
Yeah. That would be
Say
nice.
something like that.
Okay, I'll think about what I'm going to say to him, Chrissy. I got you. I got your back.
Yeah, and you can punch him and just say, you slipped. And
I still haven't, because I slept all day. I haven't watched all the local news to see how many news channels I'm on yet, but I'm sure it's a few.
I think, given the circumstances, you're allowed to punch him in the face.
No, you're not. You're totally not.
Oh, okay.
No, you cannot. You cannot punch anybody in this country for any reason, Chrissy.
Well, if I was there, I wouldn't be so nice.
Unless you're defending yourself. Now, if he tried to hit me, I could punch him in the face. But if he don't try to hit me, I can't touch that man.
Just punch him and say, "That's for Cody."
That's for Cody. All right, Chris.
Yeah.
You be good.
Okay. All right, bye.
All right, bye. Yeah, it's a crazy, sad situation, that court case. And look, there's these people hurting kids. It's all over the country. Like, it's happening every day. Like, I could go to another state tomorrow and cover another person that done hurt their kid. It's insane. And this is the video they were talking about from 10 hours ago. I got my hands on it.
I'm Benny Politan. Thank you so much for joining us tonight here on Closing Arguments. We're going to talk about a story you're going to get angry. I mean, everyone's angry about this one.
I'm angry about it, Benny. Dolly. Hello. Hello. Going once.
Dolly,
Yes, I hear you.
did you get the police report yet?
Did I get the police report?
Yes,
No, I didn't. You got it?
it's already out.
Can you send it to me?
I can put it in the chat for you. Who's got it?
Okay.
I just watched it, and he's been raping that little girl since she was 11 years old.
Yeah, we know. We know that the video is from like when she was 11. And,
Yeah.
and probably prior before that. That's just when he videoed it.
Yeah. But there is a report out on it.
Thank you,
I
Lolly.
didn't know if you got it or not.
I've seen the original affidavit, but I haven't seen the police report. Are you
That's
talking about the
probably what I
affidavit where he talks about him, what he did to her?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've been seeing that. Yeah, we've been shared that, read it, everything.
Okay, I must have missed it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought you were talking about something new, like brand new that just came out. Yeah, we
No.
went over the affidavit. It's horrible. It's terrible. It's pretty disgusting.
Okay, I was just making sure you had that part.
Yeah, all right. You be good.
All right, thank you.
All right, bye. Lollipoppy, thank you so much. Bless all the babies and beautiful Maddie. The thing, I was watching Gray's video just from earlier, where he was disposed the body at and the location. And of course, I think that video he did a good job, because I agree the location is the exact location he's talking about. And I knew this picture once it was posted, and we're talking about these pictures of Maddie deceased on the ground. I haven't shared it. I haven't even shared it blurred. I just don't want to share it. Okay. I had seen it originally when it was posted, and I was just thinking to myself, oh my God, what have they done? What have the police done releasing this with her family, knowing that once you put something on the internet, it's forever. So even people that are sharing it blurred, it's still a little hard, to put that out there, because here's the thing. I wouldn't even want to see a blurred image of my kid. I just wouldn't. I totally agree that the location of the body, and then just, the condition is, there's, just like I said in the house, there's no signs of blood, like he didn't stab her, he didn't shoot her. It didn't look like none of that from the images either. It just looked like she was just dumped, like he just drug her over there and threw her up under these bushes, and he did very little to hide her. The only thing he really did was drug her out in the middle of nowhere and threw her in a bush. But far as trying to hide the body, he didn't really try to hide it. He just disregarded it. I mean, I guess to a certain point he did hide it, because he drug it about 60 feet or so off the road into a little area of trees. Put grass on her. No, he didn't even do that. It didn't even look like that to me. It just looked like he drug her over there and left her there. She was kind of curled up. And it's hard to see, because it reminds me so much of Gabby Petito. How, I don't know, it's just one of those scenes where, you got the helicopter. Lollipop, thank you. Lollipoppy. She just gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much for your generosity. Good Lord. You win the lottery, girl. Look, if you just got a damn membership from Lollipoppy, make sure you thank her. Okay. She probably works super hard for her money.
It's beyond the pale of what should happen to a young girl. We're talking about Madeline Soto. This was her 13th birthday on the 25th of February. She went missing the next day. Birthday party, 25th, missing the next day. Now, there's a suspect in all of this. He's in custody, but he's not charged with murder. He's not.
Not yet. Not yet. I think, they're waiting for that to come back. The results, the autopsy results. It's taken a while. It seems like this is, just being so high profile that they would speed this along.
Charged with abducting her. He's charged for what was found on his phone. Explicit images. Horrific images.
I agree. Terrible. Worst images you could have. Dolly.
And Fair Whisperer. Yeah, so the other girl earlier was talking about how he was saying that he was spying on that guy's mom. That dude also supposedly said that he was keeping little vials of semen and putting it in girls' drinks at school. He thought that's the way to get them pregnant.
So hold on, you lost me. What now? What?
the Stephan like was bringing little glass vials of semen to school and putting them in girls' drinks, saying that that's how he got girls pregnant.
And who said this? This one of his friends on the internet?
That was that same guy that was saying that that he got caught looking in his mom's window or whatever.
Yeah. Here's my thing about that. It's like, I don't believe everybody that comes out and says they're friends, family on the internet. I believe people want attention and they need attention, and they're like, oh, this is a way for me to get some attention on the internet.
Right. 10 minutes of fame.
Yeah. And then they become like, you know, the stuff in the Kylie Rodney case where people were coming out saying,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
although in the very beginning of that, I said she was in the water. Like, I knew, I even said where she was, but, I don't know. And the thing with bird, I don't really think that was a bird. I think that was him trying to like just like, yoo-hoo, kitty. And he was like, come get your food.
What?
Trying to feed that cat. What? Yeah, in the background.
Yeah.
I think it was Stephen trying to feed the cat. Like the cat's probably fucking freaked out over him, you know, probably saw him.
That was the bird going, weirdo killed your kid. Weirdo killed your kid.
I never heard that.
Yeah, I think that's what it said.
It sounded like he said, woo, kitty, come get your food. And then you hear like cat food pouring out.
I don't know. I thought it was the weirdo killed your kid by the parrot.
It sounded like Stephan's voice. I don't know. He is a weirdo though.
Some people said it was a dog feeder. I have no clue. Apparently she has a talking bird.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I think it was him though, but maybe he was just mocking his voice.
I don't know.
But yeah,
the bird knows it all though. If you know, I would say if that bird could talk, but it can.
Right.
It just, they need to take that bird in for a long night of questioning.
Right. If only they could.
So, but you know, they got the right people. They just need to charge the mother with something, you know, and then I think the internet.
Right. I really don't think
calm down a little bit. You don't?
No, I mean, he's like on Reddit or whatever saying he has a dry nut.
Say what now?
He was like on Reddit saying he has a dry nut. Like he can't like ejaculate right or something.
Oh, I don't know. You can't.
Because it was clogged up from Adderall.
There's so much rumors on the internet. It's crazy.
No, what he said, like put his Reddit post.
Oh, he said that in his Reddit post?
Yeah, something on there where he's like,
you're breaking up so bad. Hey, could you try calling back in a little bit? Because you're breaking up so bad.
I can.
All right. Peace.
All right. Bye.
Your call was in and out. I couldn't hear what she was saying. It sounded like, I guess he was having some problems performing from his Reddit post. I don't know which Reddit post is his. You know, like there's so much speculation, so much rumors, but the facts are this little girl is deceased. These monsters are responsible for it. Okay. There's no way this mother didn't know for years that this man was doing these horrible things to her daughter. And like I said, now she's trying to run from it, hide from it. We haven't heard anything else from it. Look, if the world was out here blaming me, the country at least, was out here blaming me for something like this, I would come out and say, look, guys, I had no clue that this dude was doing these horrible things to my kid. And I am just as sickified by it as you are. You know, like if I could get my hands on them, make it make sense to me. I'm just a person. You got to make it make sense. And right now, it don't make sense. They're super strange and sickening, as he should give anyone advice. I hope Bird cracks case of the 2024 bingo card, but I have no idea what that means. Okay. All right, let's go back into this.
Of that little girl. What's the connection between him and this little girl? That's his girlfriend's daughter.
That's right, Vinny.
Apparently he calls her his stepdaughter. We've got bigger news tonight.
That's what I say. Look, he calls her a stepdaughter. That's what makes it weird.
Right. Now, the initial arrest was for what was on his cell phone, Stephan Sterns. That's his name. And
had some crazy stuff on that phone. Dolly. Hello. Hello. All right, going once, going twice. No sound.
The affidavit that was released was heavily redacted and didn't have a ton of information. It had enough that you knew what was on there was really bad.
Super bad.
But a second affidavit has been released. It's not as heavily redacted.
Okay, see, I didn't know there was a second affidavit. Okay, thank you. The girl that called in and said, hey, played this video from 10 hours ago.
And tells a more deeply disturbing story.
Oh, shit.
Of what is alleged to have happened to this little girl. And I say,
yeah, I didn't know there was a second one. So thank you guys. Y'all filled me in on something. But look, I've been up and I went to court all day. So I was in court battling Tot Dad. Okay. That murder of his child. So when I got back today after streaming with you guys, I slept. And I slept shit most of the day. Oh, what gone? Boom. I feel good. I'm awake now, right? But so I didn't see this. I had no clue. So thank you.
Alleged, but it's based upon images found on his phone. Okay? So all these allegations I'm going to be talking about from this affidavit are based upon what they found on his phone. Here we go. Upon reviewing the contents of Stephan's phone, several images and videos were located which depicted an apparent child. And then it references her private regions, her upper private regions, lower private regions, and the private regions behind, and the videos and pictures. There are also pictures and videos.
Okay, this is the same. This is a second affidavit. It says the same thing that the first one said. That he penetrated the child's certain areas. You know what I'm saying? This is the same thing the first one said.
Videos depicting an apparent child's private parts and horrific assaults. That's all I'm going to say. This warrant is to charge that the act occurred on August of 2022 when the victim was 11 years old. Remember that picture I showed you of her birthday? She was 13. This goes back to when she was 11. Based on the totality of the circumstances, your affiant, that's the detective, has probable cause to believe Stephan committed a sexual battery on the victim when the victim was under 12 years old.
That's what makes it capital sexual assault, is because she was under the age of 12. So if she was over 12, it would be sexual assault. But since she's under 12, it's capital sexual assault.
She's been suffering for years. Years. This monster's been in her house. For those of you who don't know everything that's led up to where we are now, I'm going to go through the timeline for you again. Sunday, February 25th. This is when Madeline celebrates her 13th birthday. She becomes a teenager. Most teenagers want to celebrate, and it's like a great moment. Hey, I'm no longer a kid, I'm a teenager. Now knowing what she has been through, I don't even know how she could smile.
It's a half smile. It's not a full smile. You know, poor girl. You know, she probably got like Stockholm syndrome too, you know, don't know any better and just, I don't know. It's just bad circumstances. You know, we know the charges are coming. They're definitely going to charge this man with the murder. There's no doubt. I think they may end up arresting the mom, and we hear more charges coming down the pipe. That's what everybody thinks anyway.
Her mom wasn't there at the party because of work. And later that night, her mother claims that she spoke to Madeline for the last time after the party. Next day, Madeline seen for the last time after she's dropped off near her school.
The mother never seen that girl. The mother is a lie. Shannon, thank you for becoming a member. The mother is definitely a liar. All right. There's things she's lying about. And I got to say it again. You tell a little lie to cover big things, right? To cover a big lie. If you're lying, there's a reason you're lying. What is that reason? And when your kid goes missing, there's no reason there should be any lies whatsoever. And she's been lying from the very beginning and defending this man that is a monster.
Allegedly, right? Sterns, the boyfriend, claimed to have dropped her off a little less than half a mile away at 8:40 because she was going to be embarrassed if she was dropped off at her school. Police suspect.
I don't believe that anyway. I thought that was just so they could say, well, this is why we're not on camera at the school. It's because she didn't want to be embarrassed. They were building their alibi.
She was already dead at this time. February 28th, the search for Madeline begins.
According to people that are saying she's family, the mother knew. Okay. This is according to people out there. This is, and it could be wrong. These people could be fake people and saying they're family members and not be. But according to these people on the internet, they're saying that they're family members and that she knew. My whole thing with that is, then why didn't y'all tell it to begin with? So I don't give a lot of credibility to that, because if you knew these things and didn't report it, to me, you're just as bad, and you're saying, oh yeah, she knew they slept in the bed together. But why didn't you say this before? Why wasn't social services called? Why didn't you call the police? Why didn't you, call other family members and try to address the situation? But now that she's deceased, it's like, oh yeah, we knew these things were happening. They're terrible people, but nobody said nothing before.
Wednesday night, February 28th, Stephan Sterns arrested on unrelated charges, not related to the disappearance or the homicide, but named a prime suspect in her murder. The charges at that time include sexual battery and possession of material, sexual performance by a child. This is sick stuff that he was recording on his phone, allegedly, right?
Benny, the sicker part is this. When you record something, you record it to either view back or to share it. And if he's one of these monsters that are doing these things, he's sharing that video. How many people did he send the video of him doing these things to Audrey to? How many creeper friends does this man have that he may be trading these things with, or going on to the black web and selling images of these kids? This is a sick world we live in. And yeah, he could have been. I just don't know. I just don't know with these monsters. And when I first seen the man, I usually can tell when you're a sicko. I really couldn't tell. When I look at him, he didn't look that creepy to me. He looked pretty decently clean cut. But you just never know.
March 1st, Madeline's body is found off of Hickory Tree Road, 17 miles away from Kissimmee in St. Cloud.
About 60 foot off the road, according to Gray. And then, of course, the police that leaked these horrible photos of this kid. I couldn't believe that. I just couldn't believe it. It's like somebody definitely needed to have been fired over that one.
17.
And I mean clear ass photos too.
Miles from her home. Now, let's get back to the affidavit, because this is significant as well. Remember, these images that they find on his phone after he had accidentally done a factory reset on them, by the way. That's what he told.
Vinny got the 15 Pro Max.
Investigators. Oh, yeah, you can take a look at my phone, but I accidentally did a factory reset.
Can't hide money, Vinny. You got the damn 15 Pro right there. We seen it.
They still got the information.
$1,500 phone.
Previously, detectives of the Orange County Sheriff's Office were executing a search warrant at Stephan's home address. This address is also where the victim, her mother, and Stephan live. They took images of the layout of the residence, okay? So there's pictures of the house. Based upon a review of the images from OCSO, execution of the search warrant at the residence, the room pictured in the images from August of 2022, these assaults on an 11-year-old girl, match the rooms in that residence.
Okay, that I don't know. Is it true that the mother didn't go to the funeral? I think they had a memorial and the mother didn't go. And I don't know about the funeral. Okay. I'm not quite sure about that one. Where can we find the affidavit? The affidavit reads no different than the other affidavit. The other affidavit, I thought, went into more detail because it went into his private parts, what his private parts looked like, what private parts were on the video. The video matched his private parts. They said all that in the first affidavit. This affidavit was just basically that this crime took place when she was 11 years old. We already kind of knew that. So there's not too much news to this so far.
So now we know the scene of the alleged sex crimes, which were on his phone, allegedly.
Allegedly, for entertainment purposes. Yeah, it was in the house. The police said that it was in the location of where they lived, and they just didn't name the child.
It's the house. What about that house? What kind of house is it? It's a condo. It's an end unit, 2 floors, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, about 1,400 square feet.
Okay, there you go. So when I was saying it was 1 bedroom, I was totally off. I was like, how can this happen in a 1 bedroom? That makes more sense. You know, that's a bigger house with an upstairs. But still, how do you go years not seeing any signs in your kids or speaking with your kids? And now it's being rumored that the kid and her got in arguments about stuff like this. Like I said, right now there's a lot of speculation, a lot of rumors. The facts of this, the dude is a monster, and there's a possibility that the mother is a monster or allowed these things to happen. And are the police going to charge her? That's the big question, because the police know more than we do. They have information that we don't have. And right as of now, they haven't charged her. But like I said, you never know. They could need this lady as a witness. So they might not be wanting to charge her because they need her to cooperate. If they charged her with something, of course, she would lawyer up and possibly not cooperate, is what I think.
It's a nice little complex, but it's not a huge house, right? Two levels, 1,400 square feet.
That's a big ass house to me, Vinny. Okay. I ain't got 4 bedrooms, 3 baths. I got 1 little ass bathroom. And I live in a 3 bedroom ranch. So it's small. Okay. It's damn small, Vinny. That's pretty damn big to me.
Now.
And I don't have a Parrot or iPhone 15 Pro, Vinny.
What is this relationship, Stephan Sterns and this girl, this victim, the mother? Okay, this is in the affidavit of the officer. The mother advised her daughter's stepfather, Stephan Sterns, picked her up from home and dropped her off at Hunters Creek Middle School. So that's what when this is still a missing person.
Okay, the mother advised. There's a lie right there that the stepfather, and he's not the stepfather. Okay, you just can't say that's my kid's stepfather when it's not. You're lying to the police. You're lying to authorities. Okay, because it sounds better, stepfather, than my boyfriend. Yo, my boyfriend picked her up. Because right there, it sounds creepy in itself. Stepfather don't sound as creepy when you say it. Okay, it sounds pretty creepy too, but not as creepy as that my boyfriend picked up my kid, took her to. You know what I'm saying? Why don't you do it? Why don't you do it? Lazy ass.
Person's case. That's what she says. That it's the stepfather. But they're not married. They've been together, I think, for years at this point, because we know the alleged abuse goes back years. But the mother refers to him as the stepfather. I wonder if she called him dad.
See, I think me and Vinny on the same. You know, I think the same thing. You know, you don't call somebody like that's a weird thing to me, you know, that she referred to him as a stepdad. She was comforting him. She's lying for him. She's covering for him. She knew he was doing what he was doing, kind of situation. And if you believe that, press 1 in the chat if you believe that that's the situation. Right after you like this video, okay? Like the video, then press 1 in the chat. If you think the situation is she definitely knew and she's covering for him.
Did she call him dad? Is this a cover? Is this trying to make it look like we're a normal family, nothing to see here? Or is that legitimately the way this family was functioning and operating? Now, in her interview with WFTV Orlando, the mom, Jen Soto, was asked about the last time she spoke to Madeline. Pay close attention to how she refers to Stephan Sterns in this interview.
We spoke about her birthday party. She had a birthday party on Sunday. She had a great time. I couldn't make it because I was working, but she had an amazing time. She was so happy with all her gifts. I told her good night, and yeah, that was it. I was the one who took her to school in the morning. That was my partner. But yeah.
Her partner. A partner in crime, maybe? Like, how did you see this girl, but she's dead the following morning? Didn't you say you see her at 8 in the morning? You never seen her. And look, there's not a tear in her eye.
Refers to him as her partner, but he's the stepfather of the child. Also referred to him as his boyfriend. So they're not married. They're not married. I want to bring a special guest in Los Angeles, board certified forensic psychiatrist, a trial expert, witness, body language expert, columnist. Dr. Carol Lieberman is with us. Dr. Carol Lieberman, a few questions here. Let's start first with what do you think of this relationship? The mom referring to him as the stepfather, not married, together, I guess, a couple years, maybe a few years.
I heard they've been together 7 years. That's what I often own for 7 years.
A long, long time. Should we read anything into that?
Well, I don't know necessarily about, because she seems to call him a couple of different things. But what this is an example of, and I think it's useful to acknowledge this, that this kind of thing, okay, we don't know all the facts, but it seems like this is the kind of thing that is happening really more often than people realize.
Oh, no. We know this happens all the damn time. Okay? This is like, it happened last week, this week, it'll happen next week, the week after this. We definitely know, but we true crime people. We know this shit happens. All right? Way a lot.
Where a single mother who's alone, who's lonely, who has low self-esteem, gets targeted by a sexual perpetrator. And they look for situations like this. And sometimes the mother knows what's going on, that they're having sex. And sometimes.
See, that's what, yeah, that's the scary part. That this lady didn't, care enough that her child's being abused to do anything about it. That she's not as important as he is. That if she tells, she'll lose him. She's not even worried about the girl. She didn't even cry when she was gone. She's worried about him. She was more hugging him. Oh, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. She was more worried about him than she was this little girl. Make that make sense. Make it make sense to me. Why?
Sometimes they don't. But when they do know, they decide, some mothers actually, call the police and right away and take care of the problem. But some mothers just are in denial or turn a blind eye because they don't want to lose the relationship. So basically they're selling their daughter out. Sometimes it happens with sons too, for that matter. They're selling them out so that they can stay in this relationship, whether it's for financial reasons or emotional reasons. But so we don't know yet what
it happens a lot in people that are definitely women that are in financial situations where like, oh, if I lose this man, I ain't gonna have nowhere to live. The kids are gonna be on the street, that type of what, and it happens a lot. You're better off living on the street. Protect your kids. Okay, women, don't ever do that. All right, move the fuck out. Live in a box. Your kids will be better off. They will come up better living in the woods in a tent. I'd rather be homeless than live in a home with no love.
This story is with this mother.
Let me ask you this. Is it possible that the victim, Madeline, in this case, this goes back to at least August of 2022 is what investigators believe. Is it possible that she wouldn't tell her mom, or there wouldn't be obvious signs to a mother that this is...
Well, there's people rumor now she's told the mom, or she has said things, and she has said things to friends and not wanting to be in the house. And there were signs, and these signs were annoyed. I can't talk. I cannot talk tonight.
Happening in this house.
Well, going on for 2 years, 11 to 13, at least that's where the pictures come from. And being in the same house, it seems very unlikely that she wouldn't have seen clues. The daughter may not have told her, and that's, there are all these psychological deep reasons for things. Like sometimes, children do tell right away, or sometimes they tell eventually.
Yeah. My biggest thing was this, when they were saying that, they were off and on again couple, and that after they split up, she would still take Maddie over there. That is odd. At that point, if that's not a red flag and his behavior wasn't a red flag, this lady must be the densest lady on the planet. Okay.
Actually, because they wanted to stop. But sometimes they're afraid, they're ashamed, they blame themselves.
The bio dad, all we know is he lives in Texas. Okay. That he lives in Texas. He hadn't said any much. I don't know how much contact they had. Somebody called in and said that there's a bunch of photos of her and her dad, her biological dad, out there. I haven't ran across a bunch of them photos, but I haven't been searching through like every photo.
And sometimes they recognize that the mother wants to stay with the man, so they, don't want to ruin things. Sometimes they don't want to ruin the financial situation. So, you would think, of course they have 4 bedrooms, so that maybe made it a little harder, but you would think that she would have walked in on them at some time, which makes the birthday situation very curious. They didn't have the party on her birthday. So why would they pick a day when the mother wouldn't be there?
There you go. Dead giveaway. Big red flag. Yeah, if you're not going to have it, why not make it a day? And it sounds like this mother worked a lot. So that means this little girl was home a lot with this man. And we know at 11 is when he videoed it. But how long before that had he been doing this? Dude's a sicko. Definitely a sicko.
Did the boyfriend pick the date because he wanted to be alone with her after her party? There are so many intriguing things that we still have to see.
That are unusual. That don't necessarily make sense. Like none of this actually makes sense. I want to take a look at Stephan Sterns. He did an interview the night after Madeline disappeared, which is also the day before he was arrested. Again, this is from WFTV in Orlando. We have that video. Let's watch it together.
I dropped her off. Everything looked fine when I drove away. It's the last time we saw her.
What were the conversations that y'all had in the car when you dropped her off?
Not much. She was asleep for most of the way. Told her have a good day in school when she got out.
She was asleep for most of the way. Okay, so she gets up in the morning, gets in the car, and goes to sleep. I don't know. Maybe I did some of that when I was a kid, but we know you're lying. And we know that she never got in the car to go to school because she threw her book bag away at 7:30 in the morning with her computer in it. And how did the mom know the computer was turned off? There were some things that made it seem suspicious to me right off the bat.
I love her. She said, thanks, love you too. That was it.
And so where do you think she could possibly be? I mean, this isn't, as I was told, this isn't normal behavior.
This is not normal behavior. She's not the type that would just run off. We don't know where she can be, and we're scared. We just want her home.
Are you, in a sense, blaming yourself?
It's hard not to. It just keeps coming in waves. This reality keeps hitting. We don't.
I mean, look, all of this, not one tear, not one single shred of a tear. This man is he should have took some acting classes.
I don't know where she is. We don't know if she's safe. We're just scared. We just want her home. Conflicting reports.
Thank you for posting that for me, Sidekick. Help Dolly out. Expenses at CrimeCon 2024 in Nashville. We'll be there. CrimeCon May 31st through June 2nd. Come out, meet Dolly. Come hang out with me. I'm pretty cool. I'm even cooler in person.
Here and there, people say they see this or that. None of it's conclusive and none of it's helpful. We just want a baby girl back.
Well, if you wanted her back, you shouldn't have killed her and threw her in some bushes off the side of the road like a piece of trash. Dude, look, if there's prison justice in this world, let's all say a little prayer right now to little baby Jesus. Let there be some prison justice, okay? I ain't saying that he got to get shanked in the neck. I'm just saying this man needs to leave this planet, okay? He needs to leave the planet, little baby Jesus. I don't know where he needs to go, but he needs to get the hell up off this planet. There ain't room for him, all right? We overpopulated as it is. We're running out of resources. We need people off like this off the planet immediately. Rocket ship, SpaceX, get them bitches loaded up on a ship. Let's explore space with prisoners. Okay, that's what we should do with prisoners. Shoot them into space. If they find a new planet, they can live on it. Okay, but they got to get the hell up off this one.
Dr. Carol Lieberman, your thoughts?
In some ways, it's convincing, a good performance, and in other ways, it's overacting. But I saw an interview of him where he talked about how he blamed himself because he didn't walk her up to the door of the school, and that he should have done that,
What person wants a 13-year-old kid up to the door of a school? Unless you're a special needs child, okay? No, do you ever see a parent at 13 walking their kid up to school? Here's your lunch bag, kiss them on the cheek. At 13, that don't happen.
Because he was thinking, or he was trying to pretend that somebody took her in between the time that he dropped her off and the time that she actually entered the school. Of course, we know she didn't enter the school, but it just oozes with psychopathy. I'll tell you that.
Let's take a look now at Jen Soto. She did an interview. She had a message for the viewers that were watching. Again, this is when her daughter's missing. This is from WFTV. Let's take a look at her response.
We are desperate for any answers, anything that you could do to help. I'm here for it. Just please,
I just ain't buying the mother. I just ain't buying it, guys. I just ain't buying it. I gave the woman every benefit of doubt you got. Remember, I was 50-50. Then I was 60-40. Then I was 70-30. Now I'm 90-10. Okay? I'm 90-10 that this woman's had some knowledge of this. With her fighting with her daughter, the strained relationship that I'm hearing about, the rumors of her telling people things that are going on, and she didn't want to be in the household anymore because this dude had moved back in. Seems a little strange that she didn't know.
If you see my daughter, just please bring her home. I just hope you're okay, Maddie. I hope you're safe. I hope you're not hurt.
Angela said before they send him, stop and get Leilani and BJ. Billy Joe, okay? And we don't know what Billy Joe knows or what she knew, what was going on in that house. We know Billy Joe. I'm going to watch what I say because I plan on going back down to Georgia and I want Billy Joe to beat me up.
I just hope she's okay.
I know she be watching too, Billy Joe. You know, that woman has, you can see the meanness now. She looked like she'd been in a few bar brawls too. When she ran up on me, she's like, you got the wrong one. I was like, oh shit, I'm about to get beat up by a woman on YouTube, right? It ain't gonna be good for the ego or for the trolls, okay? It ain't gonna be good for either one.
What are you seeing and hearing from mom there?
Well, that also doesn't really ring true.
That house sold in less than 3 days. They sold the house. Okay. Man, would you want to live in that house? That's like the Amityville horror house, guys. Look, if you're just tuning in and you don't know about the Quentin Simon situation, OMG. Okay, that's all I can say on that one. Little boy, mother throws his ass in a dumpster. Okay, kills him, throws him in a dumpster. She's in jail right now. She's waiting to go to trial in 2025. And the house was the scene of a big ass protest. Shit was like Waco. It was like a 2023 Waco. There was like a compound with lights and people fucking screaming. It was madness. Okay. It was madness. That one was crazy. All right. So you may hear me mention that one a lot because there ain't too many true crime cases like Quentin Simon. Okay. That shit was, that was new level. That put like, I ain't never seen nothing like it in my life. I'm talking Ghost. It had a little bit of everything. It had the Waco vibe. It had the haunted Savannah, Georgia vibe. It had the murderous mama. It had the crazy grandmama. It had the damn media storm. It was that shit was crazy. I don't even know what to say about that one. I just prayers to little Quentin, right? Little boy, damn. And it reminded me, listen, guys, I know this is off topic, but I just want to share this with you because it's all the same. Leilani in Georgia didn't abuse all her kids. She loved some of the kids. There was one kid she didn't, and that was Quentin Simon. Okay? She didn't care for two shits about this kid. Everybody in the neighborhood watched her beat on him. They did nothing. They did nothing. So when everybody was like, Dolly, you disturbed the neighborhood, F them people to this day. Look, I believe it. You see it. You say something. They failed this kid. The neighbors failed the kid. The neighbors were fucking weirdos. I mean, just like it was bad. Like the kid just wasn't like, for it to be that bad, the moon and the stars and everything got to align in some evil, wicked shit. The neighbor across the street was an old perv. The dude next door didn't give a shit, you know. All these people seen this little boy get abused, and nobody reported it. Nobody did nothing. It was a horror story. Definitely a horror story. So what I was saying is I wasn't too concerned about the noise that was going on out there and it disturbing the neighbors because they wasn't worried about that baby crying. Okay. And what it reminded me of today, before I get too off topic, is the father, Cody Bigsby, today, when I heard the little boy talk, okay, his little brother, 7 years old, testified in court today. It almost made me cry. I was trying to hold it in, right? He said that his daddy loved him, treated him good, didn't beat him, but that he would beat on Cody all the time, the brother, all the time, but didn't beat on the rest of the family. One kid he didn't like, and that's what it reminded me of Leilani, and I think that's what got me a little bit. Just one kid. Now I only got one kid, right? So I can't pick a kid. I can't pick a favorite. I only got one. You're forced to be my favorite, Tiff. Okay, if you're watching. And she's sad today. Her dog, not her dog, but this one of my baby's mama's dog died today, and Tiffany was really close to the dog, so she's really upset about the dog dying. But I couldn't imagine, even if I had another kid, picking a favorite, because I just look at my kid as an extension of me. And would you chop your own arm off? Right? That is just that is me. You know, that is part me. Why would I hurt that? Would you, like, I'm not one of them people, I wouldn't hurt myself. So if everybody ever finds me dead, look for my killer. Okay. Unless it was natural causes, because I love me and I wouldn't hurt no part of me. And to me, my kid is just an extension of me. I really don't understand how these people hurt their kids. I just don't get it.
But it does seem like she is, she is very sad. She is scared and sad.
What are you doing up? Okay. I understand me being up. I slept all day, but you got to go to work in the morning. You better carry your ass to bed, girl.
Although by then she probably knew that her daughter was dead, but so it's not as phony as his, but I mean, it's more quietly phony, like that, because there's some real emotion of being upset about what could have.
And listen, see, that goes into, I just shared what my daughter's going through is, how I know that? Because I should talk with my daughter, right? You got to talk to your kids, your teenage kids. They'll tell you when they're upset. They'll tell you how they're feeling. That's important to know your kid. You should know when something's upsetting your kid. Like, I know when Tiff's upset. I can just look at her and tell when she's upset. And she don't have to tell me. She's so much like me that I just know.
And happened to her.
Dr. Carol Lieberman, great to have you with us tonight. Great insight. Appreciate your time. I know it's valuable, and I know we'll be speaking again. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, folks, when we come back, we are going to bring in our live in-studio think tank.
Uh-oh, not the think tank. They need Dolly. The genius. Borderline crazy.
Look who's in town from the left coast. Brian Watkins with Molly Palmer and Daryl Cohen. That's next.
That's next. It was good.
Well, going on for 2 years, I'm 11 to 13, at least that's where the pictures come from. And being in the same house, it seems very unlikely that she wouldn't have seen clues. The daughter may not have told her, and that's, there are all these psychological deep reasons for things. Like sometimes, children do tell right away, or sometimes they tell eventually, because they wanted to stop. But sometimes they're afraid, they're ashamed, they blame themselves. And sometimes they recognize that the mother wants to stay with the man, so they, don't want to ruin things. Sometimes they don't want to ruin the financial situation. So, you would think, of course they have 4 bedrooms, so that maybe made it a little harder, but you would think that she would have walked in on them at some time, which makes the birthday situation very curious. They didn't have the party on her.
And we're talking about Madeline Soto. And the question tonight, a lot of people are wondering, like, the mother, did she know anything? Did she have any idea? Because today's headline.
Vinny, she knew. There's so many rumors, people on the internet saying they're family, but like I said, you can't believe that's rumors. It's all rumors. Like, it's just rumors. But where there's a lot of smoke, sometimes there's fire.
Is that the allegations of sexual abuse started back when she was 11. 11, back in 2020.
Before that, okay? He videotaped it that day. That wasn't the first time he's probably done this to this little girl. That's the day he chose to videotape it. And I believe that he's distributed these videos. And that ain't the only videos he took. Them just the only videos they got off their phone. I'm hearing rumors too, and we've heard it here. But like, listen, this is a lot of rumors, a lot of speculation. He had another phone. So think about what was probably on the other phone. Dolly Vision behavior panel was very good on the mother's interview. Well, look, I ain't no expert. I don't think you gotta be to see a woman wipe off dry tears off her face she ain't even crying. Her eyes ain't even watered up, but yet she's wiping tears away. What are you wiping off? Dead skin cells? I don't know what you're doing, but you damn sure ain't crying. It don't take an expert. I ain't go to college. Just, I'm an emotional person. I can feel people's pain. Some people say I'm an empath. That's why I can't get around sad people that make me cry. I was around Corey's daughters, and he's a killer, and they were about to make me cry. And then I was going to cry. I'm about to cry over them because they were so upset. I could feel their pain. I mean, can you imagine being in a situation like that where your brother's killed and your daddy's about to go to prison for the rest of your life and you didn't have nothing to do with it? They crushed because they lost their little brother. They're losing their dad. Their family's destroyed. That's sad. I mean, you can watch things on TV that you don't get it. You don't feel those emotions. When you're there and you're in it, there's no way not to feel the emotional pain and of all of it. Like, I tell people this: if true crime ain't your passion, get into something else. All right, something enjoyable, something that's going to make you happy. This will not make you happy. This world here will have you pissed off, angry, hurt, crying. Find some joy in YouTube. If you decide that you're going to pick this as what you want to do, find something that brings you joy. For some reason, I'm in where I'm supposed to be. But I can tell you now, there's very little joy in the things we talk about here. So that's why I try to joke and lighten things up, because this is misery. This is a real nightmare. This is what horror movies are made behind, is the real world. The real world is way more scarier, I can't talk, than the movies any day. Okay? A damn movie monster ain't going to jump out and get you. You leave your door unlocked, Brian Kohlberger might. Just saying.
2. So let's bring in our think tank. Join us live in studio tonight. Criminal defense attorney, entertainment attorney, former assistant DA.
He said the man looked like Bin Laden. Oh my God.
In Atlanta, Daryl Cohen, also with us tonight. Criminal defense attorney and Emory University law professor Molly Palmer. And finally, joining us in-house for the very first time, criminal defense attorney, former prosecutor Brian Watkins. Great to see everyone tonight. Daryl, do you think they're taking a look at mom? Do you think they're investigating her?
If they're not investigating her, then they need to quit investigating. Because if she was there that close for at least 2 years and she didn't have a part in it, she had a passive part in it. And what happened to her daughter was unimaginable.
They're looking at mom. I mean, that interview, here's the thing, call a lawyer, don't make statements.
Wait a minute.
No tears.
But let's start here. A child is missing, right? If your child is missing and you don't speak out and and you get a lawyer. My child's missing. Let me call Brian Watkins.
Yeah,
There you go. That's what I think. Soon as you lawyer up, right? I think me and Vinny on about the same brain wave. Like, not as soon as you lawyer up, you should come out. You should speak. You should speak clearly with the public, because then people start, like, when you don't talk, we speculate. It's human nature. We start thinking, well, maybe she did this, did this. You know, you're not here to tell us that, hey, this is what was going on in the home. This is how he was able to do these things. It's horrific. We need to hear that from her, not from me, not from some TikToker. We need to hear that from her. And that's why people are questioning what's going on, because there's no transparency in this. Once you shut up or lawyer up, you might, you know, back in the day, they would show up at your house with pitchforks and shit. This is just a modern day. The internet shows up, and the internet puts that pressure on you. And then once we live in a cancel culture. You know, I'm assuming that people probably sent her the most horrible emails you could humanly think of on Facebook. That's why she shut down her Facebook. Has a hidden account and shit, right, from what I'm hearing. Because she couldn't take the heat. Because she's overlooked these things for years. And to some people, some mothers out there, that's unacceptable. I learned that day one when we were talking about this. All you ladies were like, oh, hell no, Dolly. Nah, this mother turned a blind eye. She's a piece of shit. And I was trying to, you know, be the good guy. And then I'm like, oh, now I feel dumb. Okay. The one time I try to be a good guy, it's for somebody horrible. Okay. I got a bad picker. I don't know.
Talk to a lawyer, and then maybe you still make a statement. But that uncounseled media statement with no tears, I mean, I think that that's going to come in at trial. I think they're looking at mom. And here's the issue with the photographs that are found, you know, that we described in the affidavit. That is such a serious offense. It could be a federal offense, production of child sexually exploitative material with a very serious mandatory minimum. You can reset your phone. All that evidence is still there. They are going through all the electronics. Mom's under scrutiny. I think both of them are going to end up liable for a lot in this case.
Go ahead, girl. I like her. She's loud and proud. Damn, she's like the mama. Get her. Get her. These women the last couple of days ain't been playing on Vinny. Y'all women don't play with women. All right, y'all let a dude slide quick as hell. Y'all let Adam Montgomery go. Y'all didn't. I'm just saying y'all would. Y'all be letting no women slide with no shit, no. Y'all let a couple dudes. Oh, he cute. Let him on pass on through with that one. You let a woman do some shit. You women, y'all are quick, boy. Y'all are quick to punish each other. Quick as hell. Oh, hell no, she didn't. I'd take my high heel off and bust her in the head. Oh, I know how. I'm starting to learn how y'all operate.
The mom, that's her child. She has care, custody, and control of that child. So she's automatically being looked at, even by letting the boyfriend around the child. And so she's going to be scrutinized. Clearly, the boyfriend's actions are going to be charged, and she's going to be charged also by aiding and abetting him by giving that fake story to the news media. And I think they're going to use that news media story against her when she has these fake crocodile tears. And, you know, she doesn't act like
I don't even know she had crocodile tears.
I didn't see any tears, but what I did see, I thought he was very credible. And if not for modern technology of having all of the evidence on the phone, and by the way, I tell people it never goes away.
Have you ever dabbed your eye?
I tell people that all the time too, that the evidence don't go away. You can't delete nothing off your phone. The program can only be overwritten. You can't delete nothing. These days, even now, even if you break the phones, it saves it to the cloud. Okay, so they got you. They got you. So all these weirdos out here doing these things, you're eventually going to get caught. You're going to spend the rest of your life in prison where you deserve to be.
And then you look at the tissue and there's no water there? Like, what was that?
Because he had great Kleenex.
What was that?
And had he called the lawyer would say, if you factory reset your phone, it's still there.
Why?
Yeah, I mean, of course, if you call a lawyer is going to tell you not to say anything, not to talk to anybody. Don't say shit to nobody, because that's how things get spun. So good thing they didn't lawyer up, because, of course, this is going to be used against them. And you didn't cry. You didn't shed a tear. Right now, they got proof that he SA'd the little girl. So that's why they charged him. They're building the murder case right as we speak. And that's the reason he ain't been charged. And of course, the autopsies came back. And if everybody is right in the chat, a lot of people are thinking his motive is this little girl was pregnant. That was his motive for taking her out. It makes sense, because he's been doing this for years anyway. Why stop now? So there was something that transpired that changed things. And this little girl, maybe when she was 11, she couldn't get pregnant, but as she was maturing, coming into ladyhood, she could. And now things have changed. She's starting to show. You got to go. Maybe that's his motive. Dolly.
Hey, Dolly, it's the Crackling Turtle.
Hey, Crackling Turtle.
I just have one question I would like the chat to answer.
Okay. You got a question you want the chat to answer?
Yes.
Okay.
The mom. If your daughter hasn't started her period and you're doing her laundry, are you going to notice something different in her clothing if she's that's what I want to know. Because somebody's doing the laundry in that house. And I guarantee you it ain't him. Mr. Mom ain't doing it.
Yeah.
So it's going to probably be the mom.
Yeah, my baby
She's going to
always did laundry, so I never did my kids' laundry. I can't remember one time I've done Tiff's laundry. It's usually always her mom.
And there's going to be evidence in there that she is going to see as a mom. I'm sorry. Period. Point blank.
Yeah.
That right there for me, I think is what kind of gives it away to me. I feel like she just totally has been a participant, or she's either been a participant in it, a willing participant, or just has looked away because she wants a relationship and doesn't want the man to leave. I don't know why, because he's nothing but, baggage, really. But, I mean, they sell what he gives her at every store, that sells, toys. She could do that herself. Like, honestly, he doesn't work, I don't think. Like, no.
He didn't look like a very, like, a winner. Listen, you know what I'm saying?
He's nothing to write home about, that's for sure.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, he did sell some real estate with his parents. He worked at, the Disney character, but nothing like solid. And she,
everything.
What did
money?
Does anybody know what she does? Because she got a 4-bedroom condo. She must make some pretty good money.
From what I hear, she was like one of the vacation planners, for Disney.
Oh, okay.
She books vacation, sets it up or whatever.
Yeah.
Is what I've heard. I don't know that, but allegedly. But
the bird had a room. She lives in a 4-bedroom condo with 3 bathrooms. I'm thinking, wow, you must make pretty good money seeing this dude's a bum.
And they say that is in the last name Soto, but it's not in her name. It's like in, I think, her dad's name.
Oh, okay. Brutal with other women. Yeah, I see that. I'm just reading.
Women do not play with other women, especially when they see that they've turned a blind eye, or they should have known. She should have known and noticed signs and did it.
Yeah, I think it's instinctual. I think that's what makes women so mad. It's that bond with their kids is so instinctual that when they see that somebody don't have that bond, they instantly know. Like, everybody knew about Leilani too. Everybody was like, "Yo, Leilani, she's a killer. She didn't have that bond. She didn't have that attachment with the kid." And that's crazy that parents could have that. I'm glad I was never detached from my parent like that. You know, I think you need the love of your parent.
Well, I would really love to know what that fight was about that they argued about so much. You know, I would really like to know that. That would be interesting.
Well, yeah.
And
I mean, if the rumors are true, she knew. And like I said, we got to take that with a grain of salt because this is the internet. But if the rumors are true, she knew. And you got to think as a parent, you would see some signs.
I'm just saying, that is, I had a friend that lost her. It's a very sad story. I'm not going to get into it really, but that is how she found out that her child was being molested. But she was doing the laundry and she found the evidence in the laundry.
Yeah.
And it was horrible. It was a horrible story, and the babies ended up losing their life over it. But it was just, anyway, that was just a miscarriage of justice. But he's dead and gone, and he's burning in hell right now. So that's a good thing.
That's where he needs to be.
It's exactly where he needs to be. He was in Texas. He got the death penalty, and we executed him. So, but yeah, I mean, 3 babies lost their life because of it. But I mean, I'm just saying that's my thing is the mom had to be doing the laundry. I think.
Yeah.
It was. You could have seen that. Not to mention other signs. You know, when something like that happens, a child is going to start acting differently.
Definitely.
I'm sorry to tell you, they will have signs that you should be picking up on.
All right, we're running out of time. So if you want to call back in a little bit, you're more than welcome to. But I'm trying to keep our calls about 5 minutes.
That's fine. Have a good night.
All right. Peace.
All right. Peace.
Yeah, guys. So look, if you call in and you got more that you want to say that won't fit it in 5 minutes, just give a little bit of time for some other people to call in, and then you can call back. I don't have no problem with talking to you again. But we just want to make it fair for everybody. If somebody wants to call in and tap in on what's going on in the situation, they can get through on the phone lines. Okay. So definitely I agree with a ton of what you guys are saying tonight, that this woman knew. She had a clue. Let's just give her, I'm still trying to give her the benefit of the doubt because, you know, I'm still only 90-10 on this. 90% she's guilty as hell and 10% that she's innocent now. And I started off with an even 50-50. It ain't good that every day is going down to, you know, lock her up. Not only that, but a lot of the experts, body language experts in whatever field they're in, think that charges will come down on her. And maybe that's why, you know, they ain't released the charges on him yet, because they're going to arrest her. And then they're going to give the next press conference saying, hey, we arrested the mother. He's been charged with the murder. She's been charged with aiding and abetting in the commission of a murder. We don't know what's coming. The police have kind of hushed up, and they may hit us with a surprise. And we see this woman arrested, charged with crimes, and then they officially book him up for the murder charges. They could just be waiting for the, you know, toxicology to come back. Because, you know, of course, preliminary, they're going to be able to look at her and say, okay, she wasn't stabbed. She wasn't shot. You know, if she has a crushed anything in her throat, they're going to know if she was strangled. They can also tell by her eyeballs if she was strangled. So most likely they could have looked at this girl in 5 minutes and said, okay, this is what's killed her. You see, well, you know, because you can rule things out. You didn't drop dead naturally and end up in a bush in the middle of nowhere. So somebody has taken your life, and she's not burnt. She's not stabbed. She's not shot. If she has busted blood vessels in her eyes, she's been strangled. I ain't go to college for that. I've been strangled. I know. You know what I'm saying? I took jujitsu. I know about getting choked. Okay. So most likely the cause of death is going to be, trigger warning people, I believe he strangled this girl. He is a big man. Okay. And from, like, you know, the photos and the stuff that had leaked horribly, now, could the mother have not heard that? Could he have walked in the middle of the night, grabbed this little girl by the neck, trigger warning, guys, and, you know, strangled her without the mother hearing in the room down the hall. And believe it or not, I think you could. I think you could, especially with the size difference. You run up and put your hand over her mouth, and don't think about that. That's it. But the size is what I'm saying. This is a big man. This is a 13-year-old little girl. I still believe that she would have fought like anybody for her life. I don't care if you're 2, you're going to fight for your life. You're going to kick and scream and cry, right? Was the mother on some type of medicine that would have had her knocked out where she might not have heard the cries? Somebody said read the affidavit. We've read the affidavit. We read it the day the affidavit came out. We just listened to the second affidavit. We know it took place in the house, but the affidavit don't go into the murdering of the child. So look at what Chris Watts did. Chris Watts, yeah, that was really bad too. The Innocence Project has picked up the Scott Peterson case. Y'all remember that guy, Scott Peterson? They believe that man is innocent. I don't believe that man's innocent, but apparently there's a lot of people that do.
Why are we calling lawyers if we have a missing child?
Because obviously, at least, in terms of what we've seen in the affidavit, there seems to be some.
Okay, are you advocating that innocent people with missing children, get a lawyer before they call police, before they talk to the media?
Always call a lawyer.
Yes.
Brian Lockett and Associates.
Do you think innocent? Do you think innocent people don't get accused? In this case, there's plenty of reasons.
Okay, so what they're saying right there, if you're a parent of a missing child, call a lawyer. Now, do you want to listen to a lawyer for advice? I guess you do. If you're in trouble, you definitely would want to listen to advice. Me, it makes me guilty as shit. Dolly.
Hey, Dolly, what's up, bud?
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. How you doing?
I'm going all right. Can't complain.
You just got a sort of a statement-like thing, okay?
Okay.
Do you think that little girl could have been pregnant?
I'm starting to lean towards that right this minute.
Well, I seen a pic today from her birthday party.
Uh-huh.
And she had a long dress on, blue dress.
Yeah.
Just seen it once. I've not seen it no other time. And that baby looked pregnant. She had a bump in the front.
She had a bump?
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people were saying in the very beginning, and there has to be some motive, because if he was just sleeping with her and she ain't told in 2 years, what makes him think she's going to tell now?
Yeah.
And so I don't think that was his motive. Oh, she's going to tell. I think you guys may be right that she may have a little baby package, possibly.
After seeing, I don't have YouTube, honey. I watch you all on my TV.
Uh-huh.
And so I can't capture nothing or do anything because I watch you on TV.
Uh-huh.
I wish I could have got that pic because like I said, I've just seen it once. Now, she may have just been like a little bitty on a chubby bubby, but I honestly don't think so, Dolly. I think that baby was pregnant.
Yeah, and you ain't the only person to be thinking that. Like, a lot of people have hit me up and said they believe that too. It never really crossed my mind in the very beginning, but I'm leaning more towards it now.
It's sad all the way around. But I don't want to get you off your subject. I'm fixing to hang up.
Okay.
Just wanted to get a little bit of info. That little Elijah that is missing here in Wisconsin.
Yes.
They've extended the church here in Fond du Lac where I live.
They've done what?
They've moved
the church
to Fond du Lac where I live.
Okay, and where are they searching out? What areas are they searching out there? Like landfills? Or are they searching?
From my understanding, the landfill, and then just the surrounding area out here.
Oh, okay.
because this was the midpoint. They were both here.
Yeah.
This was the meeting place where I think she handed that little boy off to him. From my understanding.
Okay.
And yeah, they started searching for that baby here today.
Okay, well, I pray that they find something for that little child. I've kind of leaned towards they sold that kid.
I don't think so. I think that man did something to that baby.
Yeah, because he was punishing him and he was kind of, you know, disciplining him. Now he's gone.
Yeah.
So.
But I know I watched the trial on the mom today. They tried to, her lawyer tried to get her bail lowered.
Yeah, they denied.
They denied it.
Yeah, they don't want her out.
The man that had the little baby, he don't even have a lawyer yet.
Jesse Vane.
And he was wanting to get his bail lowered too. And judge wasn't having it. Said, you ain't even got a lawyer yet. I can't talk to you. And postponed his for in a few days.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I can understand it. Well, he had a federal hold on him too.
But the girl's mother wrote a letter for the judge and begged him not to lower her bail, not to let her out. Said, don't let her fool you. She's got other states and friends in other states that she can run to. Do not let she begged him. Do not let him out. Do not let him out.
Yeah.
And then she took that into consideration and it wouldn't lower the bail. So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to change your subject, honey. I just thought you might like to know that.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thanks for calling.
Bye.
All right, peace. Yeah, like, you know, you let people out, there's a chance they can run. Like, you know, I'm outside the Cody Bigsby trial today. Corey Bigsby's charged with murder. He's going to prison forever in just a couple days. He's free, right? I hate to say it. I'd be on a boat somewhere in a desert island somewhere. I'd be gone. You let me out on some, I know I'm going to prison for the rest of my life. I'm running. I can't believe this man walks into court all freely like that. I'd be gone. I'd be vanished. Dolly. Hello.
Dolly, what's going on, man?
What's up?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Who's this? Where you calling from?
This is M Theory calling from Florida. Just got a couple questions for you, man.
Go ahead, fire them off.
Like, how do we prevent this stuff, man? Like, what's up with all these parents killing their kids and doing bad stuff, man? Like, how, like, you're a parent, like, how do you get through the tough times? How do you not get these, like, perverted temptations? Like, how, like, these people need help, man. You know, like, it's one thing to, identify this dark case, but it's another thing to, like, help them, right?
How do you prevent it? And if it's hard to prevent something like the situation that went on with the Soto girl, because he had no criminal record. So there's no way to really dig into the person like that.
Yeah.
You know, because there's nothing to go off of. I don't know how you prevent it, you know, because there's no, people put on such a good show that you think they're good. It's like when you first meet somebody, like a new relationship. Everybody's fake as hell at first. A real person don't come out for a couple months, you know? And you got to be able to see these people and know your kids and be aware and talk to your kids and to know what's going on with them. And I think that's the only way you can prevent it, is be a better parent. Make sense?
And realize what you signed up for. Yep.
Yeah, so that's the only way to prevent stuff like this, is to have a good relationship with your kid, so your kid can come to you and talk to you about anything. What's the next one?
Yeah, man. That's all I have. I just want to take a different angle, man. Yeah. Thanks, Dolly.
All right, peace.
All right, buddy.
Yeah, that is the only way we can prevent these types of crimes. Okay, because we don't have a time machine. There's no way. We can't go back. Like, we had the psychic that's been trying to prevent crimes before they happen that calls in. We call it a spirit whisperer. But the only way to prevent things like this is to build a good, strong relationship with your child that can't be broke by nobody. Like, let's go back to the Audrey Cunningham situation where she was calling that man her favorite person, or he was referring to. Your kid's favorite person should be you. Simple as that. It should be you. And if your kid's favorite person ain't you, you need to make yourself your kid's favorite person. Do something to make your kid think of you like that. Okay. I mean, I strong relationships where you can speak and talk, you'll learn more. I just think people are so busy. They're so busy. They just don't have as much time to spend with their kids because they're trying to pay for the house. They're trying to pay for the car. They're trying to pay for this life. And sometimes you're trying to do all this stuff for your kids and it's really hurting them. You know, what your kids need is you. That's the biggest thing they need is love.
Reasons for them to call lawyers. I think, based on what we've seen in the affidavit, but even innocent people, before they get embroiled in some sort of media discussion about a high profile missing child case, should consult a lawyer. Yes.
I'm talking about, wait. I'm just changing the gauge, like factually innocent. Like, you did nothing. My child is missing. I'm going to call every TV station. I'm calling every radio station. I'm going on the internet. I'm talking to police. You won't stop me from talking.
If you have nothing to hide,
right, that's what I'm saying.
Nothing. You should go out there. Lawyers are great and were necessary from time to time. In this instance, had mom been innocent, not guilty, but innocent, had he been certain
she's been charged with nothing.
Yet.
He hasn't been charged with the murder either.
He will be.
A lot of people are wondering that. How long is that going to take, Brian?
Look, this guy said yet, keyword yet. He even spelled it. Yet. She ain't been charged yet. And I think the charge is going to come together. When they charge her, they're going to charge him with the murder. It's going to be a combination of charges that she may have helped.
Well, you're going to find out the cause of death. That's all they're waiting for. What was the cause of death of her? And I think
I told you that. That's what we're waiting on. Toxicology. They're working for the blood work. Was she pregnant? What's the motive? We got 746 likes. Okay, real quick. I want you guys to do me a favor. I want you to like the video. There's 1,400 of you here. And right after you like the video, all right, but only after you like the video, I want you to get in the chat room. I want you to shout out where you're watching my ugly face from. I want to see where you beautiful people are at. It's time to represent your city, your town, your hood, or your granny. I don't care. But once you like the video, I want you to shout out where you're watching from in the chat room. Let's see where you beautiful people are at. I see New York's in the house, Bama, Texas, Oklahoma, more Texas. We got some Texas with us. Iowa, Savannah, Tennessee, Mississippi, Missouri, Indianapolis, West Tennessee, Oklahoma, Miami, Southwest Virginia, North Carolina's in the house. Good to see you, beautiful people. Canada, Oklahoma, Missouri, Mississippi. I want to visit Mississippi. Never been there. New Mexico. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to you. Alabama's in the house. Good to see Alabama. Australia, my people from the land down under. Spirit Whisperer here. Hey, Spirit Whisperer. Georgia, Illinois, South Dakota, Georgia, Maryland, Kentucky. Guys are everywhere. More Texas, more Alabama. Korea. Okay, good to see you in Korea. The home of cloning. When Dolly dies, clone me in Korea. Okay. Spain. Michigan. Southern Ohio. OH. New Zealand. Okay, well, so we got some global people. More Australia. Indiana. I love my international viewers. Thank you for putting up with my face. South Dakota. I'm growing in South Africa. Maybe one day I'll get to visit Oklahoma, Virginia, Arkansas, Scotland, Kansas City, Maine. All right. Maine. Never been to Maine either. Staten Island, New York. I've been there. Utah. Never been there. South Africa in the house. See, I was just talking about South Africa. I hear it's beautiful. I hear the government sucks, but I hear it's a beautiful place. Tennessee.
I think they're going to link it back. But so that's the charges are coming. They're just holding him right now on the sexual stuff. They got him dead, dead ringer on the sexual stuff. The murder charges are coming, and all they're doing is just shoring up their case.
Here's what I want to know. There's the phone, right? So they've got the actual sexual assaults taking place on the phone, the metadata. They're matching it to the house. They actually probably have times for it as well, the time that it's recorded. Am I going back and figuring out whether mom's in the house?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
accomplice liability, complicity, always. In every single case, it's not just the actor. It's somebody who assisted in some way, either before, during, or after the fact. I think that we see accomplice liability all the time. And in this case, I think that mom is under intense scrutiny right now, whether she realizes it or not.
Okay, I want to take a look at something now. This was police when they were giving out information.
Arizona, Miss Fred.
Talking about some images they had of Stern.
It's good to see you, Miss Fred.
In his car with Madeline. Take a listen.
Our detectives have determined that Madeline was never dropped off on the morning of February 26th near her school. Instead, we believe she was already dead at the time and that Stephan Sterns moved her body in the early morning hours on that day. Detectives later recovered Madeline's backpack and her school-issued laptop from that dumpster. At 8:19, we have evidence that shows Stephan Sterns returning to the complex and Madeline.
Ireland. Okay. I would love to visit Ireland. That would be so cool.
Was visible in that vehicle. We believe she was already dead at that time.
Okay, but in her interview with WFTV, Jen Soto, the mom, claims that Madeline was spotted on camera after police, as you heard, believe she's already dead. Take a listen.
We dropped her off at school, close to school. She wanted to walk the rest of the way.
Okay. Dolly.
Hey, Dolly, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Who's this? Where are you calling from?
This is Angel in waiting, and I am in Florida.
What is going on, Angel?
Well, I want to know why we're up at 3 o'clock in the morning. That's what I want to know.
I slept all day is the reason I'm up, and I've been drinking hot chocolate. So I'm up.
Well,
I don't know
I've
why
been
you're
up
up.
and down. I'm still quarantined. I have the measles, so I've been kind of not sleeping like I should. I won't go to sleep until I'm totally exhausted. But let me
You have
let me say
measles,
something.
you said?
I'm sorry.
You said you have the measles?
I do.
Oh my God. I feel sorry for you. At some point they said they had the measles eradicated. I got the measles when I was a kid. It's the worst experience I've been through in my life.
It's horrible.
It's
been 11 days now, and it's so painful. It's not just itchy, but it's so painful. Like it hurts more than it itches.
When I had the measles, I had severe measles. They were everywhere. And I went to the doctor and they gave me some medicine. I had an allergic reaction to the medicine and I swelled up like my head and everything. I looked like something straight out of a horror movie. They were on my eyelids, but they were in places I don't even want to mention. It was so bad. I was taking baths in calamine, and I caught the measles the first day I ever skipped school.
What did you think about that?
I didn't. It made me never want to skip school again. It was the worst. It was like something from a third world movie. Like it's just something I can't. It wasn't like the chicken pox. The measles was the worst experience I've ever had in my life.
Oh, it's horrible. Yeah, I like I said, I can't even sleep until I'm completely exhausted. And so now my timeline, my sleeping habits are like maybe a couple hours here, a couple hours there,
Yeah.
maybe 3, 4, but it's terrible. It's been like that
Dude,
for 11 days now.
And the guy I skipped school with, he got it, but he was able to, like, his body took it. He was good in like 4 or 5 days. I was out of school for over a month.
Oh, I don't know if I can handle another few weeks of this.
Yeah, because I had such a bad allergic reaction to the medicines and things. So it was terrible. It was terrible. I just look back at it and glad it's over with. You know, as a kid, it was horrible. I had to wear gloves so I couldn't scratch myself.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I try not to scratch. I've tried to rub it like really hard, but it feels like they're so deep in my skin. Like it's not, even though I have spots and stuff, but it feels like the pain of it is like so deep in my skin that even if I did scratch, I'm not really getting it. I'm not getting where it really itches.
That experience, boy, I feel bad for you. As soon as you said it, I was just thinking, oh my God, I feel so bad for this woman.
yeah, it's been an experience, that's for sure. And them being quarantined, and he has to cook all the meals, and the only place I go is into the bedroom, which has the master bedroom with the bath, and then I walk alongside of the wall as I leave the room to go outside to smoke. I go outside to the garage.
And that's something a science created in a laboratory somewhere, and that's spread out somehow. I don't know where that came from, but that is some military weapon type shit.
Well, they're saying, at least down here, my doctor was saying how there's 2 different strands of measles. I thought measles was measles, but there's 2 different strands going around now. And Florida's getting hit bad with it. Yeah. I mean, it's all around, but Florida's really getting hit with it.
Well, they said, they had it eradicated, but eradicated just means it's below a certain level. That don't mean it's completely gone. It just means eradicated means it falls below a certain level. The measles did. But now it's making a strong comeback, which is fucking scary because I don't never want the measles again.
Oh, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy on that day.
I don't know if you can get it twice. I don't know if you can get it twice. I hope not.
Yeah. Well, my doctor said so the MMR that we got when we were kids, are the measles shots. It's called the MMR.
Look, I forgot. We can't even talk about medicine stuff here. YouTube is so funny about it and stuff. So, so let me change the subject on that before I get too far into.
Let's talk about beautiful, beautiful little Madeline. I feel so bad for her, and I think the mother is absolutely 100% involved somehow.
Yeah.
Either she knew what was going on and didn't stop it, or didn't get help, or she allowed it to happen. And I hope they both rot in hell.
Yeah, yeah. I want to know a little more. I still want to see what she has to say and things like that. I'm 10% that that she may have slipped under her radar. So, but hey, look, I appreciate you calling.
Yes, sir. You have a good night.
All right, peace.
Bye.
All right, so yeah, be careful out there, people. Yeah, we're not going to get all into the medical stuff because YouTube be so funny about stuff like that.
I'm not sure what I'm allowed to share.
You share whatever you feel comfortable sharing. I know you had conversations with detectives. Not sure what that conversation is, but whichever you feel comfortable sharing, that we'll put the awareness out there.
Yeah, she was spotted walking by the church, by the middle school, on the cameras. They saw her hang out in the parking lot for a little bit and then get up and leave. They didn't see a vehicle or anything else. They just saw her walk away around 9 a.m. heading towards the school, but she never made it.
I'm confused. It seems she's getting that information from detectives, but they say that she's dead at 8:19, but they're telling her that they have video of her walking around at the church.
The problem, if you lie, you have to remember what you said, and she's not doing a very good job of remembering what she said.
There you go. Amen, brother. What's this dude's name? He's a smart guy. You tell a lie, you got to remember that lie. You might as well, as soon as you lie, you better write it down. Because that's the only way you're going to remember it, especially if you lie a lot. Now, if you just occasionally lie, you might be able to remember that lie. But if you just lie all the fucking time, there's no way you can remember all them lies.
Detectives here are doing a good job and a bad job. You know where they did a bad job? They arrested him for the stuff that's on his phone. They never should have done that. Why should they never have done that? Don't tell them that they have that information. Bring him in, question him. Now he's all lawyered up. Now they're never going to talk to him about her, her missing, her whereabouts.
Hey, that was pretty smart too. What he said, like, yeah, they hit him with them charges, and then he lawyered up. They could have kept him talking and then waited to bring the charges on him. Yeah, that is smart. That's a smart dude right there, because that shit might have worked. As soon as they hit him with these charges, what did he do? He became uncooperative. He lawyered up. He hasn't said anything. But before that, he was talking to the media, crying and shit. They could have kept him talking.
He did that day. What did you do to drop her off? Don't charge him. Hey, we want to bring you in. We want to talk to you about where she was. I'm gonna rehearse what happened when you dropped her off. Rehearse what happened when you dropped her off, and just give him enough rope and let him hang himself. Then hit him with all the charges.
So disagree.
There
He could
you
have
go.
left. If he is arrested, he goes.
There you go. He disagrees with that dude, but I think that is a smart strategy. Okay, give him enough rope, let him hang himself. This dude, he's right, because as soon as he got hit with those charges, he lawyered up. But those charges were enough to put him away forever. So they knew right there they had him. He was done. So why play cat and mouse in the same token? You know what I'm saying? Good strategy, though. If they didn't have the video, or they just had a smaller amount of evidence, is just to give him enough rope, let him hang himself, keep him talking. But I think they had him so hemmed up on just the videos, and he's never getting out, that they're like, F it.
Goes nowhere other than behind bars. And had you done what you wanted him to do, he could have left. This is not a classy guy. He may not have been able to get far, but he may have gotten.
Then if he leaves, you definitely know he did it. Consciousness of guilt. Flight.
We got him.
You got him before don't let him fly.
I mean, at the end of the day, this interview, I think it makes both of them seem as though they have no credibility.
And we have to remember this.
I agree with her too. I think that the interviews she was covering for him, he was faking it. They created this. They planned this. You're number 836 on the likes. There's 1,500 of you in here. Let's get me to 1,000 likes, so Dolly, you don't have to say it a million times and you ain't got to hear it. Okay. So definitely like the video. It's been helping out a lot in the algorithm, guys. We just hit 35,000 subscribers. So thank you to each and every one of you that's been liking, comment, sharing. You guys are the best.
This is the point where there's a missing child. Right. And she's putting out information.
He's in Texas.
Her daughter was seen walking. She also said we dropped her off.
Yep. We is the same as they to us, right? Because they say we as in them. We say they because it's them too. They need to be in prison, okay? Just like we dropped her off, they need to be in prison.
She didn't. And she later said, why is she saying we?
Why is she saying any of this? I mean, this is going to be introduced by the prosecution at their trials, and it's going to sink them. And this is exactly
So you believe mom might be on the hook here? There's agreement across the board here?
No, I don't think she might be on the hook. I think she is on the hook.
All right. Tell him she's on the hook. That's what we want to hear. This lady's going to jail because, look, I don't know if these people are real family members out there or not. But they're saying this little girl was warning people and talking, but nobody reported it. Like, I don't believe any of it. I'm just saying it's out there. It's out there. The lady has lied to the authorities. If anything, they could charge her with that. But what they haven't addressed on is, do the police need her? Okay? If they charge her, maybe she is talking and we don't know. Because she hasn't gave any interviews. Nobody's seen what's going on with her. How do we know she's not cooperating with the police and the police need her? And that's the reason the police ain't hit her with none of these charges. Just like the man said first, well, if we hit her with a charge, she's going to lawyer up and not cooperate. We could have kept her talking. Maybe they want her talking and they ain't going to charge her because they need her in this. People, look, they sell the state will make deals with the devil. Even if she knew, look, Kayla's got parole from Kayla Montgomery. We all know she's partially responsible for the death of Harmony Montgomery. We know this. And this woman's getting out of jail. She watched this child get beat. She may have did it herself. She helped dispose of the child's body. And this lady will be out of jail May 3rd. She did a year for lying. They will make a deal quick with the devil. Much as it sucks, as much as you're letting somebody off that's just as responsible, they will do that for a good witness. I just have such a hard time with that. I know there were some things that Kayla did that helped convict Adam Montgomery. But was it enough to give her freedom? I'm more of those. Tell them about the gun line, boss. You know what I'm saying? Chain gang. But to convict the person, they will let the lesser criminal go.
Line and sinker.
Think Tank with us the whole hour. Up next. Her 5-year-old daughter was shot, and Robin Howington was not cooperating with police, so the officer goes ballistic in the interrogation room. We have the video.
Oh, Lord. Bad police work. Bad police work. So, the situation is terrible. The little girl seems like she didn't have nobody protecting her best interest. So if you a family member out there and you suspected this and you did nothing about this, this could have been prevented. Now, if this is all just internet bull crap and these people ain't family and the aunt's not the aunt and these friends, but the stuff that people are putting out right now, all this would have been avoided if somebody would have seen something, said something. But that's not the case. I think they need to be tracking back other women that this man has dated. And this is probably not the first kid. What other kids has he been around? I think is the question. And could he have killed before? I mean, he killed this little girl and threw her away like trash. How do we know he's not a killer? Nobody's even thought about that one yet. They're just thinking, hey, this is an isolated incident. But what if it ain't? What if he's killed other little kids? What if there's other little kids in that area that are missing that he's done? Look, if you can kill one kid, if you can do this to one kid, you can do it to 100 kids. That's just what I think. Has he hurt other children? Like, you just don't wake up one day and go, let me do this. And he did. Now, there's a possibility that could be the first and only child. But what was he doing with the videos? And where was he watching the videos? And there seems like there's more to it. I believe if you was going to record something, he planned on distributing that video to people. For all we know, this sick dude could be tied into some big old P ring, okay, that we don't know about. But just look, the biggest thing is know your kids, know what's going on in your kid's life, talk to them as much as you can when you get a chance, and know your child. Know when something's upsetting them, know when something's off. And there's no way you can tell me that a 11-year-old child that is happening to and their behavior doesn't change. Okay. Whether they're withdrawn, they start acting out. When you see these dramatic changes in a child, there's a reason, okay? Something's happened. Protect your kids, know your kids, and a lot of this stuff can be avoided. Don't leave your kids with your boyfriend or just somebody you don't know if you can trust. If you see somebody being overly close, that should be a big red flag to you. Okay? Like, it's like your boyfriend calling you up and going, "Hey, what's going on, babe? What are you doing?" "Oh, not much." "What's your daughter doing today? I was thinking about taking her to the park." Like, that's weird. Okay? That is strange. Like, why did you go, "Hey, what about me? Can you take me to the park?" You know? Or why wouldn't somebody call up and be like, "Hey, I want to take y'all out to dinner." What, you know, it seems weird to me. Like, "Hey, bring your daughter over." Like, that ain't a red flag to you, lady. Okay? That is a gigantic red flag. That is a red blimp. That is a damn big ass air balloon. It's huge. It's the biggest red flag you can get. Right? When a person is trying to isolate you from their kid, your kid from you, that ain't good. It just ain't good. So hopefully we pray to little baby Jesus for some good old prison justice. But right now, you know, this dude is really high profile and they're going to have him locked up by himself. So nobody's really going to be able to really get to him like they should. You know, I hate to wish that on somebody. I usually don't wish jail or death on people, but this dude deserves both. He deserves to be in jail and he needs to be executed. Right? We got to bring back the death penalty across the board. Does Florida have the death penalty? Anybody know in here? I don't even know. Does Florida have the death penalty? I hope it does. That'd be great. I know Texas does. Stephen McDougal, he's going to ride the lightning, okay, eventually, or he's going to get the lethal injection. Yes, okay. Okay, so this dude, he's going to die then. Okay, thank God. All right. Good job, Florida. I might move to Florida. Weather's nice and they execute people. That's what I want to hear, okay? Nice weather and we'll execute you. Sounds like a winner chicken dinner to me. Yes. Yes, for kids under 12. Good. Okay, so this man, he's going to meet. But look, it's going to take 20 years. Am I going to live long enough to see this man get killed? Executed? You know, it's the word. Unalive, whatever YouTube wants to call it these damn days. That's too long. That is way too long. We need to get some of these monsters up off the planet within 5 years, 3 years. This whole 20 years on death row and you've been sitting there so long they forgot to kill you. That just don't work. Okay. We need a better system than that. Prison justice. So right now is what I was going to go into is, you know, right now he's high profile. Okay. High profile. He's in a cell by himself, you know, because he's all on the news and all that stuff. So they got him locked up by himself. But when he gets to the prison system, he won't be so high profile. And then he'll be in there with other inmates, things like that can get to him. Right now, he's sitting in the jail. You know, they got him in a cell by himself away from everybody. But that won't last forever. And he ain't built for jail. You can tell that. Just like Cody Bigsby, Corey Bigsby. I'm going to be at his trial. What, in 4 hours? I'll be there. 3 hours. Shit. Yeah, I got to leave in 3 hours. I'll be at the Cody Bigsby trial in 4 hours. If y'all didn't watch my video, which there's more people in this room than watch my video right now. That's the thing. Look, man, to me, all these kids matter. I know Cody ain't blonde hair, blue eyes. His life mattered just as much as anybody's life, you know. But you do a video on a blonde hair, blue eyed kid missing, little Summer Wells, that shit a do thousands of views. You do a video on a kid, a little black kid, it seems like nobody cares. But look, life is important no matter what color you are, who you are. Everybody's life is the same. Your life, my life. Nobody's special. Everybody's value should be the same. I just truly believe that. And if more people cared about these kids that most people don't, they would get the media exposure that they need, right? And I blame it a lot on mainstream media, is because they attach to these certain kids for whatever reason they pick. That I guess because people care, or that's the majority of people that are into crime or into that type of crime. I don't know how kids get jumped or skipped. I just knew Cody did. It's like, okay, this kid's getting skipped over like he don't even matter. And like, you don't see court TV, you don't see Law and Crime, you don't see Fox fucking News, you don't see none of it. And this baby has not been found. You got Adam Montgomery blasted every day of his trial on court TV, Law and Crime. But you got this little black boy, ain't none of them there. That don't hurt your heart? Every life's important. Every life. And how they pick who gets the attention, that's on them. I don't pick, okay? I mean, I pick for my channel, and I just knew like this. There should be way more attention on this child and what's going on with his daddy, and there ain't a lot. There definitely. I mean, local news, they're giving a little smidget of time, but far as national attention, very little national attention on the outcome of what happens for Cody. In the very beginning, people paid it a little bit of attention. But now, like I said, it's not big and jumping. But everybody matters. Everybody's important in this world. So for everybody that has been watching those videos on Cody and the Cody Bigsby stuff, thank you guys. All right? Because a lot of people jump over that shit. They care about what they want to care about. As in, I care as in a whole. Like, I love people the same. Everybody. No matter where you at, where you're from, who you are, what color you are. I love all you guys the same. Ain't nobody no better than anybody. I don't think I'm better than you, and I don't think you're better than me. I think everybody's fair. We're all on the same playing field. We're on a roller coaster that is life. It's going to come with ups and downs. And hey, I'm just here for the ride. Throw your hands up. You know what I'm saying? Throw your hands up. Let's enjoy it. I'm getting out of here, guys. I got to be at court and I got to leave for court in 3 hours to go call this man a baby killer this morning. So, but I got to get my shots in. So everybody's been supporting that. Thank you guys. Look, hopefully we will see some justice, and I'm talking real justice. I want to see something go down. This mother either come out and explain, or she be charged with something. That's what I'm thinking. If you haven't yet, make sure you like the video. And replay crew. How many of you guys believe that Maddie told her mother that this was happening and she didn't believe it? Let me know that answer in the comment box down below. And everybody in the side chat right now that's here with me live, when this video ends, I want you to let me know the answer to that question down below also. It helps us in the algorithm. Make sure you like the video, and I will see you guys live from court in just a few hours. I think most of y'all will be asleep, but I will be there. It's going to be a crazy day, I'm sure. Peace.